Well, there she is, the legend, the FTX Carnage with the LRP 18 engine on it, sitting there loving life. And I've got to pack these glow starters away and post them off. They've all been paid for now, so they're ready to go. I wanted another one as well. I think he wanted that one, which I have got the charger for, just haven't got a battery in it because it was no good. So I think all four of those are going, and some of those chargers. But I'll tell you what else is going, not this. Yes, it's with much regret and sadness that I have to get rid of one of my collection. So I've been down to the local, well not the local, actually a shop that was close to work, and I managed to get some boxes. Hopefully I'll better fit it in one of these boxes, because if I can't I'll be in a bit of trouble. I should fit in one of these boxes. The most recent victim, I'll show you the most recent victim. Well actually, currently it's still, I put it on eBay and it's still there. The trusty original, the very first Rush. That's the one, that is, that's had to go unfortunately, because it's the one I used the least and I was hoping it would make the most amount of money. I can't tell you whether it will or whether it won't. So far it's on a nice track, but that is what it is. So we've got a load of glow starters, we've got the original Rush, not the Rush Evo, the original Rush that's going on. Let me tell you an interesting story actually. So I put this up on eBay last week sometime, and I've had a few people, but I always assume when people send me silly little messages, I normally just assume it's one of you lot having a bit of a wind up, because you've spotted it out there on the interwebs, and you think, oh I know who that is, let's have a wind up. So I wind them up back. But there's been several people saying, oh it's a shame it's got the wrong engine, and I'm like, that bloody HPI, they couldn't even get their own stuff right, putting the wrong engines on their own cars. Ridiculous. You know, we all know that that is the correct engine for that. I didn't actually know until good old Alistair told me, but apparently they made two different types of the original Rush. The first one, which is this one, with the purple chassis and everything else as it is, but with this engine. And then to make the engine, like the head, match the chassis with the purpleness, they released it, I think it's the same, it's a 15 FE, I think it's the same engine basically, but with a different head, a purple head to make it match. But this is the very first original Rush with that engine and everything as it was originally. Obviously didn't have that when it came out of factory, that's mine, I put that on there, on the green antenna tube, but everything else is, oh I know some people would tend to argue that the manifold is the wrong manifold, but do I care about that? The answer is definitely no, 100%. Nobody cares whether that's the right manifold or not, but there we go. But several people have told me it's the wrong engine. One person tried to tell me it should have a T15 in it, and I said, dude, the T15 goes in the Rush Evo, which is the second, if you want to call it the second generation or the Mark II, whatever you want to call it. It's the second Rush, it's the Rush Evo, the new version of the Rush. This is the very first version, the older version, the number one, and it come with this engine, not the T15. He wouldn't have it. He was going, no, you've got the wrong engine in it, I don't want to buy it. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to buy it then, dude, if you don't want to buy it, why are you even here? But that's just part of life. So this is going along with those glow starters. So we're going to put these boxes together. I might have to take the wheels off, but we'll get it all together and get the boxes together, and hopefully we'll better fit that in, because that auction's going to end by the end of today, and I'll have to be posting the poor old Rush off. But let's get things going, shall we? This little box here is like my little packing storage box really. This car's fitted quite well into there. I took the wheels off and she fits in there quite well. All I've got to do is open up the lids. Then take it out, open that up so I can actually shut it down. But that's, what is this? A box for some Kotex Maxi Super Pads. Yeah, so nice, man. Put that in there. Got to wrap up the original transmitter's got to be all wrapped up, and got plenty of bubble wrap for that. The wheels are going to go in there. Now I am hanging around. I'm doing it on purpose. The person who's bought these glow starters is itching at me. Have you sent them? Have you sent them? Have you sent them yet? Have you sent them yet? But he mentioned to me that he's put a bid on this. Now, to me, it seems unnecessary to send two boxes, two bloody parcels through the postage system. It seems unnecessary. So I'm hanging around until the end of the day. And if the person who bought them off me wins this, I'll put them in the same box because, well, man, I don't like unnecessary, unnecessary things. Putting two parcels through a postage system is a lot more time wasting and pollution and all that other bollocks than just one box going to exactly the same address. Why would you do two boxes going to the same address? So I'm hanging around for that and seeing who wins it. And obviously if it's two separate people, I'll just post them off at the same time. But there we go. Let me get all this wrapped up, put this in, and away we go, man. Sad times, but needs must. Got to pay the electric bill. Actually quite a nice box for it. Shelves going to go on there. There's a transmitter. I'll probably wrap that in the corner up a little bit more. I'm just checking to make sure it all fits in properly. I can't put the wheels in yet. But the car's in there, lovely jubbly, look. I'll probably put the shell across that way. Obviously, I said the shells definitely seen better days and made sure I photographed all that properly. But there might be someone out there that's buying this. They might be able to repair that shell, you know. I know you're all probably turning around and saying to the screen now, you can repair it, you dickhead. You can do it. Just get some bloody tape and glue, shoe glue, whatever it's called, and you can repair it yourself. I could have done, but I've just never really been bothered to do it. Like I wanted to, sort of thing. I've been like, I might do that tomorrow, but I've never actually done it. So yeah, someone who's got the patience and the skills to repair a shell, they might be able to repair that, you know. It might be beyond repair. I mean, anything can be done. I don't know if it'll ever turn out perfect, but I can almost guarantee that you can put that back together. Yeah, all the bits of it are there, that shell. You just need to tape it all together with that drywall tape stuff and a bit of glue, and you will be able to put that shell back together. So, you know, somebody might want to do that. Or they might not be bothered about the shell, they might put a different shell on it. I mean, who knows? But, sweet. So, get the rest of that in there, get that... Well, I'm not going to tape it up yet, just in case the person wins it who bought these glow starters. And then I'll stick them all in that box as well. But I might have a rummage around in here, because I did say on the eBay listing that I'd stuff as many things in the box as I can. So I might stuff a few glow starters in the box, if it's... Well, regardless of who wins it, you know. And I've got loads of chargers, extra spare chargers in the box, in this toolbox down here. I don't ever use them because I charge my glow starters with the charger. That's how I charge up my glow starters, with that. So I don't ever use these chargers here. And I've got that ProTech glow starter on that other one. So You know, they're not necessary to me, and if they can go to somebody who might use them and you know, actually get some use out of them, I'm more than happy to throw them in the box. So see what happens, man. Later on today I might put that engine back in that FTX Carnage, or I might try and sort of stuff that one in there perhaps. That Hot Body's 3.5. The engine mounts are all different, they're too wide and all that, but I can always adjust the chassis to fit. I was thinking I might do that later. I might have a little play around. Or I have got that Pretend Mac sitting back there. That run pretty well. That might go in there. I don't really want to play around with the RB and all that kind of stuff because they're vintage engines, and I'd rather just leave them in case they blow up. But I've got that Pretend Mac that someone gave me. Could put that in there, perhaps. I don't know if the engine mounts would be the right... No, they're wide as well, obviously. Of course they are. What a dickhead. But yeah, I might play around. But I reckon with an engine that size, the gearboxes and everything wouldn't shut. The diffs wouldn't last 2 seconds. But I might play around with that later on.
Yeah, so you want a sideband radio, mate. That's what you want. Lower sideband, 385. That's their call-in channel from the States. It's not only their call-in channel. It's actually most of South America. North America, Canada, and that all use 385 lower sideband, which is what, 38, I believe. I think it's 38, isn't it? 385, yeah, 30. Yeah, quite an intelligent fella, Morph was, mate. Yeah, because he
you're in here, look.
He used to have a different radio.
You can hear Keith talking on there.
But he had a normal FM radio, but he also had,
Mr. Keith, that is.
I believe he was one of the 934 crowds that had a special radio. Didn't have many channels, but you had to pay a lot of money to buy one.
I don't know who he's talking to, mind you.
But yeah, no, that's going back to the old AM FM days, right?
There he is, look.
Start of it, yeah, I remember Morph.
There's Keith.
There was Irish Wolfhound, he used to sort of be a security.
Having a little chat.
Down at Kent Alloys there.
I don't know who he's talking to, you'll find out in a minute. You can find out if you want.
I don't remember him.
You'll find out who he's
I
talking to.
know so many people.
If you come back to me,
there was a tree man who was a fucking idiot that used to stay in Sycamore. I'm trying to think the plank that used to live in Laburnum Road there. Laburnum.
You'll find out in a minute.
I think what his fucking name, Silver Trail.
Round here, this is how we communicate with each other.
I'm pretty sure what his name was. Silver Trail was his handle.
Telephones are expensive, see?
Tried winding me up forever and a day, but I got him on the last one though, Steve. Threw him a good one.
Steve. Oi, Keith. Don't know if he can hear me.
No, this cunt's name is Kevin.
He can't hear. Oi, Keith. Hello.
Who's calling me?
It's Mr. Bean.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bean. Who's over here? Just talking to Stephen Stroud. Don't know if you can hear me. Do you hear him at all?
Oh, Stephen Stroud, I'm sitting here. I think you're talking to yourself. I can't hear him, no.
Oh, that's a shame. How you doing, Mr. Bean?
Oh, I'm absolutely brilliant, mate. Yeah, on top of the world, yeah. Really, really good. I ain't got any work, mind you, so I've got a lot of spare time on my hands at the minute. But yeah, really good other than that. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, mate. The brains are up and lively and running anyway, Mr. Bean or Ben, when you get around to doing anything, if you do, unless you've got other things to do. But why ain't you working then? What, no work over across the water there?
Well, you know the way the economy is at the moment, it's really bad. And everything's just come to a halt, mate. Everything just dried up. And yeah, that's all it is basically. For what we do, we at the moment what we're doing is making land for people to build houses on. And but the people that are building the houses aren't selling the houses, Keith. You know, they built 40 houses and sold 8. So they said, well, we're not building anymore. So that means that they're not buying the land from us, which means we can't do any work. We can't buy any more land and do any more work, so everything's just stopped. So I've spent the last 2 or 3 months doing nothing, and then the company that I work for has said, well, we can't carry on like this, so that's the end of that. See you later.
Alright, yeah. So no tip work or nothing, you know? I mean, there's always people dropping hardcore somewhere, aren't they? You know, yeah, I know, well, the economy's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? There's no reason for it, because we should be...
Just went out there a minute ago to clean the window, and, well, I nearly got cooked from the outside in.
Yeah, no, it's still quite warm, mate. I say the sun's just creeping over the rooftop here, so it's going to be blinding me soon, so... But there's a bit of a haze in the, you know, a bit hazy up there, but... And, yeah, so that's put the old fanny on at night, mate, keep me cool, yeah?
Oh, man. Bloody hell, normally they're hot, them fannies.
Well, they can be, unless you put an ice cube or two there and it's a little bit cooler.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah, very true. Only trouble is when that ice cube melts, they get a bit wet.
Oh, very, yeah. So, how's the kiddywinks, alright?
Yeah, yeah, really good, man, yeah. Really, really good. They started a new school recently, so they're over the moon. For some reason, they like school, but there you go. I used to like school.
Yeah, I didn't mind school, to tell you the truth, you know. Mind you, there were weird kids in there. You know, there always was weird kids. I always got on with the weird and wonderful people, do you know what I mean?
Let's have a chat with Keith. Ah, that was a nice old chat I had there with Keith. But, well, you see, talking with that's how we communicate around here. I mean, with radios, because once you've got the equipment, you've got the antenna and the radio and that kind of stuff all set up, it's all free, isn't it? Whereas with a mobile phone or any other means of communication, you have to keep paying, don't you? Like constantly, like a contract or for the internet or for your phone line or things like that. It costs a lot of money. So radio is a free way of communicating with people. This is just the way we talk around here. I know a lot of you Americans and all that still use radios every now and again, didn't you? Like lorries and things. I was talking to a bloke in Miami the other day on the CB. He was a lorry driver and driving well, what do you call them out there? You call them what do you call them out there? Semis or something, didn't you? And so I was chatting to him. And a lot of people I talk to around the world, you know, Corsica, and there's a bloke called Roy in Corsica I chat to on the radio now and again, you know. Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, you know, Holland, all those sort of places, chat to people quite regularly on the radio because, well, it's free and it's fun, you know, and it's just how you talk to people around here. I really like this type of glow starter. I've never, I must admit, I've never actually got to use one, because all the ones I've ever had have been no good. But I like the idea of it, you know. I can't imagine these gauges being terribly accurate, you know. They're basically just there for a bit of a novelty, aren't they? But I've always liked the idea of this, and these feel proper sturdy, man. Proper sturdy little glow stars. But I do like my Protec one. I've got the Protec one is this one here. I've seen these. I see these about, but I never got one. Well, I looked about, couldn't find them anywhere. And then the Woogie Nitro. We all know Woogie Nitro. If you don't know Woogie Nitro, go and search it on the old YouTube, and you'll find him. He said to me, "This is the one I use, there, dude." He said that, and that's the best one. So I was like, alright, so I had a look, and you can't buy these in England. Well, every website and every shop that I looked at, you can't get these Sure Start, Protec Sure Starts in England. I dare say there are shops, some of you may know them, but I couldn't find them. Only in America. And then I come across Model Tune, who I'd looked at before, but I thought to myself, I wonder if they've got these in stock, because they're in Northern Ireland. And lo and behold, they had them. This is maybe, I don't know, a year ago now, perhaps. And they had them in stock. And I was like, my God, alright, I'll get one. So I got one. And these really are, well, I mean, to be honest, all a glow starter does is it makes a glow plug glow. I mean, there's nothing else to it. So how good can a glow starter be? It's exactly the same as that one. More money than that one, but it does the same job. Perhaps the battery could be better quality or something and it lasts longer, but anyway, this is a very good glow starter. It holds a good charge, feels good and sturdy, just like this one. And the same for the Fast Tracks ones and all of those, you know. But this is the one I use. When you buy it, it doesn't come with a charger or nothing like that, because it's meant for racers who have already got all the equipment anyway. So I just charge it with that. But that's the one I use. So all of these ones are pretty surplus to requirements, really. But yeah, there we go, man. I've got to find a nice little box to put these in, just in case it's not the same person. Someone said to me, I can't remember who it was again, sorry for not remembering, but someone said to me the motors that are in this are actually the same as what you get in like the Ryobi drills and all that kind of stuff, because they know this because they took one apart and noticed it was the same part number, and they're just geared differently for drills and other bits and bobs, but they're a generic motor. So I wonder if it would be easier and possibly cheaper for me just to get a motor for a Ryobi drill and then put it in here. I can't remember how much that motor was. I think it was about 10 quid or something, but if a motor for a drill was cheaper, I'll get that. But I need to sort this out really, because this poor Inferno is just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I've had a few people offer to buy it and things like that, but I don't know, man. It's a rare buggy, and if I did ever sell it, which would be a long shot probably, because it was given to me, wasn't it? If I did ever sell it, I'd want as much as I can get for it. I won't let that go for peanuts, man. There's absolutely no way. But I want to get the motor fixed on here so I can actually use it. I want to give it a go. All the time I've had this, I think I've only driven it once, and that was like in the garden. I've never actually taken it out and had a proper go of it. So yeah, maybe I'll have a look at motors for drills and things and put them on there rather than actually getting a starter box motor. Motors for drills, or maybe even buggy motors and things like that, and see what I can get. Perhaps I'll do that. But anyway, the battery on this camera, I was going to do some more stuff, but the battery on this camera is flashing at me now. It's running out. So in a minute it's going to go. So I'm going to call this one here. So I'll catch you later on, you lot. Thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. You're all massively appreciated. Subscribers and members alike. And if you ain't a part of this little gang that we've got here, think about joining us. You know, press that subscribe button. I don't normally ask you to do it, but I've noticed there's a lot of people that ain't, and they probably would like to be, so think about it, and I'll catch you on the next one. And in the next one is when we'll be, whatever I've done with it, where is it? Oh, it's over here. We'll be taking this engine apart, I think, and fixing it, making it run properly. I've got these two little ones here, these little electric cars. One of them I bought brand new for the kids. It broke. I went to the shop to buy some spares, and they said, well, they don't do spares for it. I was like, oh right. So they said, well, we've got one that's broken that's got good parts for your one, and you can have that for a tenner. So I bought it for a tenner, but it was no good. So I've now got two broken ones, and you can't buy spares for these, and they don't sell the cars new anymore. So I've got these. So, but the motors and ESCs and everything's good on it. It's just we got broken stuff everywhere. So I'm going to try and jerry rig that together, stick a nail through it or something. I need a couple of new drive shafts. I don't think the drive shafts, I think they've gone missing over the years, or where it has happened. But yeah, many things coming up, you look. So catch you on the next one. All the best.